I think it goes without saying. It's any development of a literary basis that moves into a new medium, whether it be theater or a film, has to go through a transition. And one thing is that you obviously have to focus on some things and eliminate others, but it's also two different mediums. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on in a novel which does not necessarily work in a film. So my job is, of course, to make as good a film as possible. And even if you are in great awe of the material that you start from and adapt, you still have to be a filmmaker foremost and a literary enthusiast only second, you know. Yeah, I think that's again what I was saying about faith. You know, this existential discussion about beliefs or faith is the theme of the film. It's the backbone of this whole exploration. All of the people in this film, both the deeply religious people who losing their children or having their children disappear, are searching for some higher meaning and some deeper understanding of life, even if it's an extreme or a very misguided approach in some people's view. While Carl is, of course, a nihilist. You know, he's so lacking in faith in the human condition that he has a problem in the beginning even getting out of his apartment and go to work. And Assad, being a good colleague, he picks him up and tries to bring him back into the swing of things without even really knowing how to do it in the beginning. I mean, he's like one of your children that you bring to work when they have a cold and you just tag along, you know. But, you know, during the course of the film, these universes who are actually parallel in the beginning, you know, and which I think is part of the interest that for me was that we live in parallel universes now in Europe. We have, but we normally talk about, Muslim communities living isolated from the ethnic European communities. But in this film, it's also Danish, deeply religious community that also is not part of the mainstream. You know, they have been abandoned out in the country by industrial agriculture and a mainstream society that doesn't really interest themselves. You know, and they're trying to find a meaning of life even when they feel lost out in the countryside. So the fact that these worlds that seemingly have nothing to do with each other during the course of the film start to merge and start to have significance for each other, I think I found was interesting, you know.